So I'm standing in the checkout line, and this really attractive woman sees I have Kellogg's Bran Flakes. And she says,
"Buying that for your father?"
"Come on. They taste terrific. That's why I eat Kellogg's Bran Flakes. It's a nutty, toasted wheat taste. And they're Kellogg's." So I turned to this woman. I looked her straight in the eye, and I said, yeah, they're for Dad." K-E-double-L-O double good. Kellogg's Bran Flakes. Toasted taste to you.
Viacom.
A love triangle. His partner, her ex, and Hunter's caught in the middle.
Let's stick to the job.
Which one will she choose? Which one will lose? An all-new Hunter, NBC Wednesday. Saturday, 2 all-new Golden Girls. First at 8, 7 Central, then again at 9, 8 Central. Get it? Got it. Good. Double Golden Girls. NBC Saturday.
This is Channel 5, your 24-hour news source.
Good evening. The White House contends any peace proposal from Iraq will have to include Iraq getting out of Kuwait. This announcement tonight follows reports Iraqi leader Saddam Hussein may be more willing now to talk peace. According to Baghdad Radio, Hussein told a Soviet envoy he's prepared to cooperate with the Soviet Union and other countries. More news in an hour. I'm Carol Marie.
And get Persian Gulf updates from CNN on WMAQ Radio.
This is in.
These people pretty foxy.
The con job turns deadly.
You murdered my friend.
Tibbs turns to vigilante justice, and the chief must stop him before another victim falls. In the heat of the night on NBC next.
Coming up next, Stone seizes the opportunity to bring down an organized crime empire with unsettling results on an all-new Law & Order. And Wednesday night, Unsolved Mysteries reveals startling new evidence about the legendary bandits Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, plus a baffling case of multiple personalities.
This is Robert Stack. You've got to tune in to Turn In a Criminal. Only you may have a clue to help solve a mystery on Unsolved Mysteries. Wednesday.
Someone's playing a smashing joke on Fresh Prince Will Smith.
Who broke my window?
Plus CDs blossom and the funniest bloopers ever. All new bloopers and practical jokes on NBC Friday. Saturday, 2 all-new Golden Girls. First at 8, 7 Central, then again at 9, 8 Central. Get it? Got it. Good. Double Golden Girls. NBC Saturday.
This is Channel 5, your 24-hour news source.
Good evening. A Pentagon official and an Israeli official are each denying reports the U.S. has now agreed to give Israel certain war codes. Those war codes would allow Israel to engage in the current attacks on Scud missiles being launched from Iraq. On the home front, George Bush is acknowledging the recession is causing genuine economic distress, but says it will be over.
Yes, ma'am. What else have you got planned?
Oh, again.
Only one card gives you the privileges of membership. The American Express card. Don't leave home without it.
Two separate... With no down payment, Cadillac Smart Lease is very smart indeed. Because now, you can drive a Sedan DeVille for just $499 a month for 36 months with no down payment. And with impressive highway mileage, an EPA estimated 26 miles per gallon highway, Sedan DeVille makes your investment go even...
Nancy Nazarian has more.
Federal prosecutors allege that a major drug operation headquartered in this building on Chicago's South Side ultimately led to the murder of a federal informant. And it's on that basis that they're seeking the death penalty for Alexander Cooper, the operation's alleged leader, who fronted as a city garbage collector, though his own attorneys admit he made a living selling drugs on the streets of Chicago.
Killing won't be tolerated, and if you order someone's murder, you may in fact lose your own life. And that's a message that needs to be given to the major cartels.
The 1988 law targets leaders of large-scale drug operations accused of murder or ordering a murder. The law specifies the operations must be continuing criminal enterprises that net multi-million-dollar profits. It's under these conditions and 1972 Supreme Court guidelines that the government can seek the death penalty, though the jury is not obligated to impose it.
It's not so much the severity, but increasing the risks for the drug traffickers and the kingpins, where they can be brought to trial.
But critics say the politically popular law will have little effect on the drug war, and many of the biggest drug traffickers escape prosecution because their countries won't allow them to be extradited to face the death penalty here. And the law raises a lot of questions, such as whether federal prosecutors will seek capital punishment in the 13 states that don't have or don't want the death penalty.
In terms of attorney time, both prosecutorial and defense, in terms of court time.
The death penalty has long been criticized for lengthy appeals, and opponents complain of racial bias. The new law may not dampen the criticism, though it does address the bias issue by requiring the court to instruct the jury not to consider race when recommending a sentence. Regardless of the decision in this case and 2 others pending in New Jersey and Alabama, it's likely at least one of them will face legal challenges that will bring this issue back to the Supreme Court, meaning it may be several years before anyone can assess this weapon's effectiveness in the war on drugs. Nancy Nazarian for CNN, Chicago.
Report how you can overcome back pain. Dr. Barry Kaufman reports on new ways to avoid an old problem. And from the front, massive airstrikes, and American pilots describe what they're seeing on the ground. Join Ron Majors and Carol Maureen tonight on Channel 5 News at 10.
Walgreens is making wonderful things happen this Valentine's Day with a variety of cards and gifts to help you remember the people you love. Isn't it nice there's a Walgreens nearby?
There's a level of service with which you're already quite familiar. Only now you can enjoy it at 35,000 feet. Delta's person-to-person service to over 270 cities worldwide.
On Today.
Wednesday, a Night Court Newsflash.
I'm going to get married.
Is it Bachelorette number 1, number 2, or number 3? Then Seinfeld's dish wants to take him home for dessert.
Unless you want to go to your place.
Okay, but there's no cake or anything if that's what you're looking for.
Seinfeld.
The United States government has awarded Cadillac the highest honor in American business, the Malcolm Baldrige National Quality Award. It is the first time this award has been given to an automobile company for its quality achievements in satisfying the customer. So in a very real way, Cadillac's success is also a victory for the American consumer. Another reason why the only way to travel is Cadillac style.
How's your headache?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I said, how's your headache?
How did you know I have a headache?
Maybe you should lie down.
How did you know I have a headache?
Honey, it shows.
For a headache so bad it shows, take aspirin-free Excedrin.
Aspirin-free Excedrin?
Aspirin-free. It works.
Aspirin-free Excedrin relief. For a headache so bad it shows.
That's more like it.
Up next, Allied forces unleash what's called their biggest bombardment yet.
Intense efforts continue to safeguard U of I students after a pair of deaths linked to meningitis.
A dramatic turnaround for television evangelist Jim Baker.
And a special health report on a problem that affects 8 out of 10 people. All of it next on the Channel 5 News.
It's Tuesday on The Tonight Show, and that means Jay Leno's on duty with Bill Donahue and Anthony Quinn. Then don't forget Dave's show with fellow Hoosier Jane Pauley.
Roger Daltrey of The Who is Nikki's ex-boyfriend in the hottest love triangle ever to hit series television.
I'm saying yes.
All new Midnight Caller on NBC Friday.
Next week on Law & Order, cops and prosecutors turn up the heat on Frank Masucci, and New York explodes into violence as the Don struggles to stay out of prison. Wednesday, Unsolved Mysteries reveals startling evidence about the legendary bandits Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
NBC Sunday.
Michigan. Come and see my colors when I'm all in white.
Johnson & Johnson Dental Floss. It removes the plaque. Brushing can't.
On the next hard copy, the jailed mass killer Kenneth Bianchi. For love, she agreed to the most bizarre copycat murder plot of our time. She picked a female target. He gave her his own chest hairs to leave at the scene. Then she tried to strangle the victim with a rope, and she almost got away with it. On hard copy.
Join us tomorrow at 6:30.
Right before Unsolved Mysteries.